Here's how to remove or replace the door panel on the Porsche Cayenne. This is necessary to access the speaker, for side mirror replacements, and other essential door repairs. We cover the parts and tools needed and tips and tricks to make this easier. First, if we're working with a front door, we're going to remove the interior side mirror trim. If it's the driver's side front door, then there are going to be mirror controls there, which will have an additional connector to disconnect. Trim here, so we can get a fingernail under. So I start pulling it back this way, towards you, not towards the switch, but towards the passenger. And it comes out at the bottom here. This is the plug that holds it in. This is the thing that holds it in. This is where it goes. And we get a flathead screwdriver inside of here. There we go. Just push it in here and leverage it a little, and it comes right out. And with that, the control is out. We have a whole box of these pry tools, which I'll link. Visual inspection for damage. Looks like we're good here, and good here. Although the green clip did come off and remain at the top here. But I think that'll be fine. We don't need to put it back because it should just clip right in. Not bad so far. Now starting at the front, we're going to use some force to get this down. Careful, this is all one piece. We're going to try and not break this plastic at the bottom here. And you might want to use a thicker spudger because this requires supposedly a decent amount of force. The finger here on the left. This is made easier by the fact that I have multiple pry tools. And we have a wide one here to distribute force nicely. Come on. There we go. Looks like it popped out. Now this popped out and open up a tiny little gap in the right here, through which we can get a pry tool, get another pry tool, get another pry tool. Two undone, three undone. Leveraging it this way. So be careful, there's a plastic clip here that breaks off. Thanks to us removing the trim, there are 4 T30s. And the way I'm getting access to it, a drill extension to a small hex socket head. And then with a small hex socket head, a T30 bit. That should fit nicely into the hole. And all 4 are detached. Remove the 2 T20 screws in the carpeting at the bottom of the door. And they are T20. Since we're about to pull the door panel, I will mention now that there are electrical connectors and a cable inside, so don't yank on the door panel once we get it off. With the warning shared, at this point, the whole interior door panel can be pulled off since it's held in by plastic press-in clips. It is levered at the top, meaning the top wants to stay in, so start at the bottom, work your way up, and then lift up and out. It might take some wiggling. Mine did not immediately come out, so don't despair if yours doesn't either. If you're doing any work behind the door panel, now is a good time to raise the window before you detach the panel. Let's get it off like so. There's a little cable here. This right wire on the right, you simply squeeze on both sides and pull it out to get it out. With another hand, with one hand, we simply pop it out, like so. Squeeze on these 2 at the bottom, it comes right out. And last but not least, the electrical connector. Once we get it off, it looks like we just bend this orange handle. By grabbing it. And that helps us slide this whole thing out. And lo and behold, you have your Cayenne door panel. Not bad at all. Now we can examine here. The door handle moving back and forth. Looks totally fine. It's just a regular plastic piece. Doesn't look like there's any play or stretching in this mechanism. This cable So all of my plastic pieces popped out, except for this one around the perimeter. You should check these holes once you get the door panel off. For this last one, I recommend using a plastic trim remover so that we can reuse it. And mine broke out, so you might want to have a few extra new ones on hand. For the door panel clips that break around the perimeter, you can use these guys. They're all brand new, off of eBay. Put it inside of those blue little holders or popping it into the door. First, we reconnect the main power connector into the module in the door. Then we connect the speaker wire. And lastly, we connect the inner door handle cable. Then we reseat the top of the inner door panel into the top as shown, and then when the top is in position, we press it onto the clips below. We then install the 4 Torx bolts into the armrest handle and armrest. We install the 2 Torx screws at the bottom of the interior door panel. The next steps are easy. For reinstalling this trim, simply a series of clips that are mostly there. Installation is much easier than removal. That. We want to reorient and reinsert the side mirror trim. It helps to have the window down to properly reinsert it. It takes a bit of wrestling with the plastic to get it to seat properly. Reconnect the connector and reinsert the side mirror trim.